So you decided to do the Prestige Eater of Worlds, and you don't know about the modifiers. Well, I want to show you a little bit of the pitfall of the modifier. Notice how many rounds I left in a gun here, just 2. And I began to search around for a weapon that I could actually kill with. And I kept drawing blanks, and things were pretty busy, and I'm just going to say right now that to me thus far this is the hardest part of the Prestige. Raid layers is the fact that you'll find yourself scrambling for weapons, and it will get you killed as it did me here. So I'm MrIronBill, Too Old to Grind, and here we are, Argos 2, Phase 2, the Prestige layer. It started today. We got a checkpoint and we decided to give it a shot. So I'm runner currently. I'm doing a Celestial Nighthawk with the top tree, and we have one other hunter who is doing snares. We have a Sunbreaker Titan, and we weren't successful ultimately with this run, mainly because of DPS and busting the wipe phase, which is difficult to do because in your kinetic slot you have to carry a pulse rifle, you have to have a submachine gun in the energy slot, and a grenade launcher in the power slot. And as you can imagine, DPS is going to be mostly from craniums and supers. There's just no other way. The paltry weapons you have aside from that just aren't going to get the trick done. So you'll note here I'm running a risk runner because there's enough arc damage that if you can get it to proc, it actually will, it is effective because it will give you more ammo for that weapon. But the important thing to remember is until you run ammo completely dry out of a weapon, you have no other weapon. So you have to completely empty your mag every single time you use a gun. And it goes top to bottom, so it's going to be energy, kinetic, energy, and then power every single time. Now, you see our Tetherman is doing an effective job, and there are lots of orbs laying around, which is a good thing. And because I'm going to use those in just a second as soon as we finish off with that. And here's one golden gun, and of course we have a guy tethered here. We get him down. I don't even notice that I'm out of ammo at this point. Get another golden gun, so that's 2, and it's 500,000 per hit, so that's actually very effective. I'm scrambling for more because that's really the important thing. And just as I get my super, it's too late, so I'm going to save that. Now, this is another important thing. The wipe phase is incredibly difficult to get done with only submachine guns and pulses because you have to break items. Now notice that we as a group of geniuses left a cranium. I don't know who dropped a cranium without using it for damage or whatever, but oh my gosh, you just can't afford to make mistakes like that because there's no real way to do damage other than craniums and with your supers. So we're going to jump up here in a second and we're going to attack his back. And you'll see how hard it is to actually break it. Yeah, we'll get it done, but you'll see what it takes. So here we go. They call out the back. Now you see everyone standing up here. Submachine guns are a lousy way to go because of the inaccuracy. So I drop down low. You see the white numbers all over the place. I mean, people are just putting up white numbers, myself included. So I try the grenade launcher. I empty that. It's just not really terribly effective. Go over to the right side, and we're running out of time. And this is why I saved the golden gun, and you'll see how effective that is. And really, that's the way to do it. So that's a pretty good run right there. I think we got about a third of his damage done. We start our next phase. Things start off okay. It's on my plate, so I run over and get cranium, and I think we took it over to solar at that point. I think. Anyway, as far as ads are concerned, they're not really any tougher. It's just you don't have good weapons to bring them down. Oh yes, it was actually arc. But there were so many ads, I was afraid to run back through because essentially you're defenseless. And, you know, I took the longer way around in order to be safe. Now, there's an inner route I probably should have taken, but once I got going, I just felt like it was better to keep going and stay on a safe route because surviving is the tough thing. You'll notice that we have people going down left and right over and over. You just don't have a lot of weapons here. And the best thing to do is just stay alive. If you have to run, then you run, which is what we're doing here. Now, defenders have a little bit of a nightmare because you do have to clear plates, or we can't get damage phases in. So I think I got the better end of this one in that regard. So here we go. We grab our craniums. We're heading over. And I just don't feel confident I can make that last jump, though I probably should have. They're screaming, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. So around this corner, and up we go. A little shaky at first, but you have plenty of ammo to do it. You just need to take your time. Finish off the cranium on the boss. Golden gun. Direct hit. Someone left a cranium. You just can't forget those. That's where the damage comes from. And it goes. That's good. There's not another one, but I do have enough for another golden gun. Boom. And this is what you want to see when someone's doing the tether correctly. You want to see, I'd say just a little too late for that one. Yeah, and that's what happens there too if you don't manage the ads on the plate as defenders. I mean, it does get hairy quickly. My experience here is the grenade launcher is probably the most effective thing against the ads. I used to play the game. It seemed to do pretty well as long as you were pretty close to them. Okay, I've got enough for another golden gun. I plan to use this to break the white phase again. Now somebody jumps on my head here and stomps me back down. Perfect. So here we go, and this time it's head. They call head first, and there's no way in the world I can make that jump up there. It's way too high, so I'm going to have to rely on them to get that. I can see I'm putting white numbers up there, so I go down. The guy up above uses his golden gun and finishes it here in a second, which he probably shouldn't have done. He should have used it on the top and let me have the bottom. That's just something we'll have to coordinate, the next time we do. We'll just have to make sure we talk that one out. Lots of communication necessary in this particular exercise, but it is a doable thing. We just had to call it there. Now, I want you to see what my damage was on this, and remember, probably a total of 5 or 6 golden guns, a couple of skulls, 2.3 million. It's doable, but it's going to be the skulls. It's going to be your supers that make it work. So with that, I'm IronBill, too old to grind, and that's it for this video. What happened there, you defenders?